We made it back. What are you doing?
The volume's down. There you go. Can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Not Lee, but no.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Sound check. Yeah, we're wide open. We can't hear nothing.
Yeah, I see him trying to talk. I can't hear him. I can't hear you, man.
All I hear is crickets.
I guess we're still on there.
We're
I can't hear you, John.
We hear Kim.
we hear Kim.
1 minute, he's saying. All right. Give him a second. We hear Kim.
Technical difficulties.
So what's going on with your the vehicle that you were going to bring?
Transmission's just shot.
Crap.
We're still gonna get it there. It ain't not. Well, we're gonna race it. We're gonna go for the slowest AT. They got
Gotcha.
they got a trophy for that. So I think I can get that one.
You're gonna put a diaper under it so it doesn't puke
There
all
you
over
go.
the track?
That's exactly what's gonna happen. Uh-oh, he's back. Now can we hear you? Still can't hear you, man.
Uh-oh. What's up?
Maybe we're deaf, but
I thought you were a pro at this, John, by now.
Exactly.
How good's your sign language, man? You better start writing fast.
Oh.
What state are you coming from?
Oh, crap.
Tennessee, us.
Oh, so you're not too far.
200 miles.
Oh, that's further than I thought.
Old man in the shop said, start dancing, Lars. Don't make me break the wig out, y'all.
I'm probably not too far from you guys then. We're up here in eastern Kentucky.
Okay. Yeah, we're right off the I-65, 2 exits down from Kentucky state line. So.
Yeah, for all y'all guys out there, if you're within driving distance, me and Laura's been looking for people to just come and visit. Shoot a video at your shop and us just stop by and bullcrap with y'all.
That'd be cool.
Well, I thought it would.
I'm going to be driving down the week before because I have neck problems and long drives are hard on me. So I'm going to just meander.
Yeah, and, we're going to meet up with Buck Does It. I think he's coming by here to help load this monkey box up and take it down there. We're just going to travel together in case either of us have a problem.
I've heard that song too, actually.
John didn't unplug his spec.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if maybe his mic isn't broke.
Phone call, I'll be back.
See, I don't have a real long drive. Google Maps said that we've got like 7 hours or so. But my problem is, for anyone who's been keeping up with Project Echo, my tow rig and my daily driver, when the rear end blew out in it, and I went to go get an upgrade. I went and grabbed a 14 bolt. I went from a 308 gear to a 411. So my max speed right now is 45 miles per hour.
Yeah, see, the overdrive's out in my truck I'm taking down there, so we're running third gear all the way down there. So
That would, yeah, then you'll be doing the same thing I will pretty much. You'll be hitting 45 to 50, and it's going to be maximum rev.
Cranking gas.
just watch the gas gauge go.
Mine's a diesel, so it's like it's even worse for at the pump because it's still like over $5 a gallon here.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Destroyer?
How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Hanging in there, man. Waiting on John to get his mic fixed.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
lost John.
Hate that.
I hate when that happens. I'm telling you, there's nothing more embarrassing. You're like, dang it, I had everything working.
He's in the chat though.
Oh, there we go.
He's leaving it up to us to make it entertaining. So what the heck are all you deplorables doing, right?
I'm having me a drink and I'm about to have a smoke. It's Friday night, right?
Exactly.
I know that's not John's platform, but
Hey, we
kind
doing
of what I'm doing.
We're doing the same thing, just trying to keep it off camera.
Yeah, I hear you. No, I'm actually getting ready to put some goodies on the dart.
Uh-oh.
Cap and wires.
Mini bikes only got one cylinder. What do you need all them plug wires for?
Yeah, I wish I had a mini bike.
Good one, kid.
That'd be nice.
Good one. Why you need
Yeah, so
that wool?
who's going to win the $100 for the burnout competition? I'm not joking about it. It's real.
My vote is Little James. If he can meet
Little
the
James.
restrictions.
I don't think I can hold the back tire up long enough to get the tire smoking.
There you go.
Does it count if I smoke the little spinny clutch thing? If I just sit on it and hold it bottom,
That'd be
it will
terrible.
smoke.
Oh, I'll be right back. Dang it. As soon as I jump on, hold on.
Well, then there was 3.
And then there was, the main people.
I was curious as if other people were getting that where the clutch grabs like immediately. And
Yeah.
so-
We've noticed that on this. And if you're not, it'll run out of, I ain't never seen nothing like it.
It definitely tries to choke it out.
Yeah, that little clutch will just start locking up.
Yeah, there's a little hill over because I can ride around the alley and come back up the main street. And between the alley and the main street, there's a like steep little hill. And the bike won't take me up the hill. It'll stall the motor because it grabs so hard it will not slip. And I'm a little bit heavy, but
No.
I think 3 horses could usually move me. I'm surprised.
Exactly. I think we're going to take my little special tool I got, run in there and ream the inside of that clutch out that rides on that shaft.
But you're not supposed to. It's in the rules.
All we're going to do is we're just going to polish it. We're not going to ream it out. We're just going to polish it.
Just hone it. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if once it's worn out more, if it's is it because it's brand new?
No, well, clutches on small engines, man, and they got just enough play in there to ride on the drive shaft. And if it's too tight, you can't keep enough oil on it to make it spin. So that's why.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah, after about 50 foot or so, it'll start grabbing on that shaft. But after that, just hone it out a little bit. Nothing special, just a little sandpaper. Go in there and polish it. Just open it up about 1/1000, 2/1000 before it gets a little.
Oh,
I'm not talking about changing anything. Just hone it out.
John there?
I am. I'm here.
Ah!
I know. What a disaster. Things happen.
But you persevered, man. That's what
Exactly.
matters.
You came, you saw, you conquered. There you go.
I'm giving them a message real quick.
Well, I think Destroyer had it. I don't know where he went.
Yep, I'm just managing it right in the middle.
Dang, we just started over. The live is supposed to be for 2 hours. We're back to 12 minutes.
We
this
are.
Is gonna be
It's going to be a long night.
exactly.
Oh, I didn't really get to say that today I was working out the plumbing fittings, and I put on a like a vacuum port so I can put my boost gauge on there, and I've got it. I'll have it set up where there's a valve that I can open or close. When the valve is open, it goes straight from the carb and just overrides the like it won't build any boost. And then when you close it, then the boost can happen. So I can do side-by-side comparison runs for how much boost versus how much vacuum, because it may not create, if there's not pushing enough volume, it might not make any actual boost.
Right.
It will just have less vacuum because it's pushing faster. And so like either way, whatever happens, I'll be able to kind of do some compare. And then also, see, I don't think they're going to let me do runs for ETAs. How many practice passes are we going to get, John?
There you go. He still ain't talking.
No.
Everybody's going to be writing NT on all their monkey bikes, so that way no one sees their times.
We should at least get one practice pass.
Well, usually a test and tune, you get 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
John, do you think we'll get a couple of test and tune kind of passes?
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Good
We
deal.
will indeed. I had to pin the link over on YouTube in case anybody can make it back. But it looks like my disaster mitigation is pretty much complete. Glad I could keep that last gallon of spilled milk off the floor after the tanker turned over.
There you go.
We saved a little.
I know. It's just these things happen not that often, but it's just like, man, when they do, they do. Yeah, unsubscribe. Yeah.
Leaving a bad review on Yelp.
Yeah, the last time we told people to unsubscribe, that person picked up about 150 subs. So that probably wouldn't work for me.
I loved the end of that commercial. That was so
you like
good.
that?
It was so good. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to go watch the commercial.
If you haven't seen the No Name Nationals commercial 1, it's up, and it should be being advertised on YouTube. So you should see it pop up as an ad, actually. But I'm working on another commercial, and if you got that email, you're welcome to send a clip. I know all of you guys got that email, and you're welcome to send a clip if you like. I'm going to try to do a total of 3 commercials. I don't know which will come out first, 2 or 3, but yeah, I'm having fun with it. I'm going to try to do some more.
I had fun with it.
Dude, you got enough on your hands to deal with that crap too. You're doing a lot of work, man.
Yeah, we all appreciate it too, dude.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been a little bit of aggravation, been a lot of fun too. But it's got its moments. But there's 21 more days until Friday morning, so getting tight.
I plan on being in there Thursday. I don't know exactly what time, but I plan on being there Thursday.
Yeah. Well, Thursday's a work day. We're going to open the gates at noon for the long haulers at 6 o'clock Central Time. We're going to take off and go over to Lambert's Cafe, which is about 6.5 miles away. And we'll just roll on over there, and everybody's welcome, whether you're spectating, participating, racing, showing, whatever. If you're not even with the event, you're just in the town and say that's a bunch of cool cars, come on over and hang out with us at Lambert's. Giant parking lot, flash mob car show. Leave the track at 6.
What we're going to do is overrun this place, and it's going to spend. You're going to have to take 2 hours to get something to eat. Is that what's going to happen?
We're going to overrun the place, yes. Well, see, we tried to get a reservation, and they weren't into doing the reservations, so we just decided, no, okay, well, we'll just show up. We told them that. Well, we're just going to show up then. They said, okay.
Yeah. Hope you get ready. You might want to have some extra help at night.
But it's a big place, so they have like a big kitchen.
It's a giant place.
Do they have a buffet, or do we all have to wait for table service?
It's different. It's not like any place I've eaten before. You go and you order off a menu, but there are people who walk around with bowls, and they'll serve you sides. They just walk around and serve you sides, like potatoes or macaroni and cheese or whatever. And then they have people walk around with rolls, and they'll literally throw you a roll.
Just throw it. Yeah,
like it's a baseball. And the rolls are the size of softballs. They're huge. I mean, it's different. It's really different, but it's good. It's neat. It's an interesting place. RC Industry says he's going to try to make Lambert's that evening. That's cool. Home of the throwed roll. Yes, and that's how it's on their sign. Throwed roll. If you say thrown roll, you're actually incorrect, because their sign and their marketing is, and their website is actually, I believe it's throwedrolls.com.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm loving that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's our helmets required to be worn. Yeah, I think this guy watched the end of the commercial. Yeah, we got more fun to have with the commercial. I'm hoping that all you guys who got emails will send me a clip. I'm going to try to accommodate as many as I can. I probably have 20 some submissions right now, so at some point I'm going to have to roll them up. But I'm working on commercial 3, and it has a different theme.
Well, just remember, make sure you use ours.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For real. Commercial 2 is going to be a little different. It's going to be a little different, a little broader. 3 is going to have a thrash theme. 3 is different. And 3 is about half the commercials already spoken for, because there's something real specific I'm doing, and you guys will all recognize and appreciate what we're doing with 3. All right, we got going on here. Bubba's mentioned with fuel, it helps the lawnmower. Yeah, RC says they'll throw you a biscuit. They throw rolls. I don't know if they throw biscuits.
Maybe if you're there for breakfast time, I don't know.
There you go.
Well, I ain't
throw
going.
Eggs.
Everybody needs a biscuit.
Is anybody going to attempt to take their monkey bike to Lambert's?
I don't know. What's that pay?
I don't know. You're in a good sized convoy. You might be able to get away with it. I don't know.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, crap. That was too funny.
28 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's a pretty good clip at full speed. Things aren't that slow.
Well, if we take the monkey bikes, then all the cars got to follow us, right? That way we get the top billing.
It'd be like Smokey and the Bandit. You know, you'd have cars running interference and the bike on the inside, you know.
Get one of those poles with a big flag flapping behind it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think
that would slow it down so bad.
That's what I was thinking. The monkey bike needs a flag hanging off the back, but look how much it'd slow it down.
Well, you don't need a brake anymore.
Right.
You do 6 miles per hour and the clutch is just erupting smoke.
Exactly. It's all locked up. Yeah.
You mentioned doing a parachute on the monkey bike. How would the parachute even deploy?
You just hold it. You just hold it. And whenever you're done, you let go of it.
I mean, you'd have to literally cast it back into the wind, I would think, to even get it to open.
Well, you'd need like
Yeah.
a blank, like a t-shirt launcher or something. You know what I mean? So shoot it out there.
Right, that's not a bad idea. But then you're adding a lot of weight to that bike. You can't have 400 or 500 pounds of gear on that bike either.
Just wear a trench coat and then open it at the end.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping to see. I mean, I'm liking the creativity. The supercharger oil pump is really cool. Some of these other ideas, all of them are cooler than Dallas and I packing some rockets on it to see what that would do. That was fun.
Did you?
Did you
I
not
didn't
see
see
that?
it.
Mr.
No.
Rodder's neighborhood, we decided to pack a bunch of bottle rockets in a mortar tube to see what it would do. And you can actually see when Dallas leaves with it, it actually did give the bike some thrust. You can see it in the video. But then I won't spoil it for you. It kind of went downhill after there. And the neighborhood Facebook group weighed in on it too. I'll just say that. They weren't happy.
Yeah, I've had some imperial entanglements. I can't do testing on the street anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I needed a muffler, you know, but now it's too late for that. I need to find an abandoned strip mall or something so I can do speed testing.
Right. I knew a guy who used to build his race car in these storage units. And he had 3 or 4 of them and took the walls down between so that it was one big one. And this car is a big block Ford, 32 by 14 tires on the back, 4-speed car. He'd get out and use the street in front of the storage buildings like his personal, test and tune, no prep track. And that was interesting. It was like, how many hits can you get in before you need to get the car back in the building and put the doors down? And the answer is 2. The first one gets the call, and the second one, they don't have time to get there.
Wow.
I'm still interested in where we're going to rebuild this transmission and where we're going to pull the engine out of the car and put it in a parking lot.
Yeah, so we want to do that. When Levi, okay, so to give you the background on that, when Levi was looking for subs, as everybody knows, Levi looked for subs and looked for subs and looked for subs, right? To no end. Levi's Backyard Performance. And he said, yeah, we're just now leaving Pizza Hut. We just pulled the motor out of the Laguna. I said, oh, you pulled the motor out of the Laguna at the Pizza Hut? He said, well, no. I said, well, why didn't you? That would have gotten you your subscribers right there. Exactly. And we're serious. This was when Dalton and I were on the live on Pole Barn Garage. Yeah. So,
yeah, I remember.
I mean, Dalton and I have talked since then. We're like, yeah, man, whenever we can get our schedules to do it, we're going to do it. We're going to go to a Pizza Hut and pull an engine out the parking lot, Pizza Hut. I mean, why not?
Right? I can think of some reasons. Yeah.
But I mean, it's Pizza Hut. It's not like those people care. They're still glad to have a job, right?
I watched a guy do a cam swap in his Trans Am in our Paintsville Walmart parking lot.
Pizza Hut's been circling the drain for at least 10 or 15 years. If we did something like that there, it will be the most exciting thing they've had happen in forever. They'll be thrilled. But it's not like we're not getting lunch there, okay? I mean, when we have one up and on the crane, that's about time to break for lunch, and we're going to go in, get us some stuffed crust, right? And then we'll go back out there and keep rolling. It'll work, right?
Well, if you got enough people there, it shouldn't take about 45 minutes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So the place where I'm looking at doing this is going to be real close to where you live, JB, because we looked at what's in the middle between us. So yeah. Yeah,
okay.
I mean, we weren't kidding about this. So.
Oh, John, did Dallas tell you that I'm donating some TRP products for one of the events?
Yes, and we've got you squared away on that. We'll talk more about that at the event. But yeah, he did. Exactly. You bring a lot of attention because there's never anyone in the Pizza Hut parking lot. Yes, but see, we would actually demonstrate that Pizza Hut is open because a lot of them you see aren't. Don English did a water pump in the hospital parking lot. Yeah. I saw a guy doing a clutch in a Dodge Omni in a AutoZone parking lot one time.
Hey, I had to do a new fuel pump in my Tahoe at a gas station pump right after I completely topped the tank off.
Yeah, that's good. Right in the bays, right? You were still by the pump, right?
I was at the pump. I went in and told the owner, I was like, listen, I was like, I apologize. I was like, pump number 5 is going to be off service throughout the next 3 hours. I was like, but the good news is I just bought an entire Tahoe tank of gas. So you're good for a minute.
Yeah, that's about a third of a tanker. Those things are not cheap to fill up.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Hot Rods 4x4s did a starter in the bank parking lot. Yeah, I've done starters in parts store parking lots, alternators, of course, batteries. I changed a tire on the rim in Walmart parking lot last year.
Yeah, I've done that at Burger King parking lot. 2 of them. I did a tire on the rim, and then I took it over. I got to a parts store, and I said, hey, I need a can of starting fluid. And the employees walked out on the front by the front door to watch. So I guess they were hoping I'd blow something up. And I did. I sprayed it and lit it off, and it banged. Boom. It worked. You probably had to let some air out, though, didn't you?
Actually, when I do it, I take the valve core out.
Oh.
So once it seats, it doesn't draw back in when it cools. But it does take a good sized bang to make sure it's got enough pressure to seat. But it works. I do the same thing when I seat the bead with air too. I take the valve core out. Takes a little more pressure, but that's how I do it.
Fiddler, I'm assuming you was talking about where I said TRP products. It's Torque Racing Production. I make soap and microfiber towels. So it's some of the stuff that I'm donating to one of the classes.
Yep, and you'll see that. We're going to have that on the table when you get there. We've got some interesting things that we will and won't talk about that event that'll make sense when you get there. I tell you what, with that event, the surprises are good. Okay, most of the time surprises are bad, right? Generally in life, surprises are bad, right? Like how often do you get a surprise in the mailbox that's good, right? I mean, but no, the surprises we have for you guys are actually good. Yes, Colleen, it's a new live. I destroyed the old live, and it's my fault. Well, I had a crash, and then I fumbled it, and it's a disaster. So,
yeah, he left us hanging. We had to take over the show.
I know it. But see, that's what you do when you have good folks in here that do a good job for you, and you trust, and good guests. And
we carried you as best we could, John.
I know. I'm sure you did me way more justice than I ever do me, so it's all good. I really thank all of you for being on. It's really great. I wanted to do a monkey bike live for a while, and I thought, well, I said, do I do a monkey bike theme live if we just have him, or if we just have one other? So that'll work. But I'm like, it'd be nice if we had a field of these things. Then we saw the field for them, and I'm like, Dallas, he said, yeah. I said, we're seeing 2 and 3 and 4. I said, let's get this thing on the schedule. So
I'm so glad that there's other people who are doing it now. It makes it more fun, you know. I was worried I scared everybody away by being creative.
No, you know what? If that scares them away, that's their fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun.
Yeah,
it is.
I mean, I've been watching what you do. I don't comment a bunch, but I've been watching what you've been doing since day one with that little bike and your ideas and stuff.
I've got a giant bin of like stuff that I was like, maybe this will work, and then I'm like, no, that's not going to work. Like I spent all winter tinkering.
we're all out there watching. A lot of us just don't comment, but we're
Yeah.
all watching what you do.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's the amount of content that's out there. It's way past the point that I can watch as much videos as I was in, say, January, but I still try to hit the high spots, and it's a lot of fun. And we have almost 5,000 hashtag videos right now. I mean, if you sat and started watching video right now, you could not physically watch all of it. You couldn't, because it's probably that continuous by now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's all good stuff, man, but there's no way you could watch everybody. There's no way. So you just pick and choose,
We need a playlist.
Yeah. I'll watch it.
John,
Generally, I'll give a thumbs up or something.
Well, the thing about the playlist is I can't make playlists for other people's content. You have playlists for your individual channels. The thing I'm kind of wondering, some things for next year, how do we keep straight the hashtag content for 2023? See, so that's going to be a thing. But I think it's going to be all right because the newer stuff floats up to the top anyway, and we keep building the same hashtag. So
just put, no name nationals #2, right?
You can't do that because what will happen is people will all split it up and they'll all start making their own.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Uh-oh.
James
What's
show.
going on?
Big James, glad you could make it. I'm glad you're here for second shift. So
we always pull them late nighters.
I wrecked the live after a computer crash. I thought I had salvaged it. I had not. Made it worse. So we restarted the stream, got most folks back. I appreciate you jumping in.
Well, we made it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you're here. And you did the 500 subs in record time, 15 days and 2 hours.
What?
Yeah, we kind of slowed down a little bit. I've had a lot going on. We got some more stuff coming. I just got to get busy editing. We talking about monkey bikes tonight, right?
It was about 50. Yeah, monkey bikes is the theme. 15 days, 1 hour, and about 50 minutes from the time you registered to the time you hit 500. Because I actually looked.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man.
That's a record. We
had a lot of help from a lot of people, though. Everybody shared and subscribed, and it's helped us out. You know what I mean? This community is awesome, and that's what it's about. But we put out a lot of content. One guy asked me, how'd y'all do it? I said, man, just post something every day. Shorts, video, whatever you got to do. Just post something, keep people engaged. It doesn't matter if it's silly or whatever. Just keep at it. You got to stay with it, and that's the main thing that I found.
That's it.
That's good advice, and so that's something that we've tried to tell the guys who still need subs. If you still need subscribers, look at the people who have done it and done it in a short time. Look at James, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I know. I mean, I work a weird schedule, and I work out of town, and I live 2.5 hours away from little James. So it's tough getting together and stuff like that.
That's right. Aren't you in Paducah?
I live in Paducah, and little James lives in Blytheville, Arkansas. But I work in Blytheville 4 days a week, and then I'm off 4 days a week, so I'm back and forth all the time. So I met him down there at George Ray's. That's kind of how that worked out. But I mean, when I'm down there at work and when I get off, we'll go shoot some video, work on something at my apartment, whatever we got to do to make it happen. But it's tough. Like I'm off 4 days right now, and we can't get nothing done, But we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna be there for sure.
But you've been hammering on it every day. So what was and this is actually a good story, especially for the people that are trying to get 500 and they've hit plateaus and so forth.
Yeah.
Okay, you decided to do it. And you had how many subscribers? Okay, so first of all, tell us how you first got into it and decided to even make the decision to get into it.
Well, we started this YouTube channel about a year ago. And after I met little James, he wanted to get into hot rodding. And I got all kinds of old parts. And I said, dude, if you help me put this car together, I'm going to let you drive it. And, dude, he was just over the top about it. So we started doing a couple YouTube videos, and it wasn't really taking off. It wasn't doing much. And we just got busy working on the car and kind of set it to the side. Well, Big Block 402, Steven, at work, he got to talking about it one night. And, it sounded real interesting. I was like, damn, that sounds pretty cool. I've already started a channel. I got a long way to go, but I'm just going to go for it. You know what I mean? So we had a bunch of old content that I had never really edited and put up. So I just started taking all that footage and making videos, you know. And in the meantime, I was just shooting more to keep it going, you know, as long as I could. And we signed up, you know, and after he told me about it, and dude, it just kind of snowballed really quick. You know what I mean? We're at almost 800 subscribers now. You know, we're trying to shoot for 1,000 before we get there. We may or may not make it, but hell, we got to have some kind of goal. You know what I mean? I didn't know if we was going to make it to 500, and now we're like, dang, we may make it to 1,000. You know, who knows? Just got to keep going.
So rather than look at the sub count all the time, you just kept hammering away and let other people tell you.
Yeah, you know, I do kind of go through the analytics a little bit, you know, just kind of, I've tried to find trends and stuff like that, and I found out, you know, if you study that stuff too much, you can almost shoot yourself in the foot. It's like,
yeah,
you don't know what people are going to like to watch, and you don't know what's kind of going to take off. You know, it's, my kind of motto is, if you just, you know, the shotgun effect, if you just plaster that stuff everywhere, one of them's going to stick to the wall eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just got to keep going. But that's the only way I found, you know, and, you know, like some of my shorts, you know, have taken off really good, and some of the, you know, 15-second clips, and then some of the videos I've spent, you know, days editing and making perfect, and like, I don't want to put it out yet because it's not how I want it. You know, they may only get a couple hundred views. So it's hard to say, you know what I mean? It really is. It's just, I wish I could elaborate more on that, but I'm still kind of figuring all that part of it out, to be honest.
Well, you're at 700, close to 800 now, right?
Yeah, we're getting pretty dang close to 800 right now. I think we're like 790 something last time I looked.
Nice.
But, yeah, I've been busy this week at work, working midnights and stuff like that. We got some more stuff coming out. I just got to get it all put up, and we're ready for this event too. We're going to get all kinds of footage from it, so that's going to be another cool thing about it. You know, everybody's going to have everything everywhere. So, and we might get some other channels, you know, shouting us out if we do something crazy. You know, we're just coming to have fun and have a good time, and, you know, put on a show and meet everybody too. You know, I've met a lot of good people along the way. People I don't really know personally, but I'm ready to meet them. You know, I've been messaging people, emailing, you know, back and forth, and hell, I've never, you know, it's like you, for instance. I've never met you in person, but hell, I feel like I know you, man. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. But anyhow,
yeah, you guys have been putting up with me weekly for years, so I can see that.
We all stuck together now.
I'll tell you, this community is really incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
The way that it's come together to help each other and support each other, it's second to none. And I mean, of anything on YouTube, I'm not saying anything. Like, go to YouTube and see if there's a golf community like this. You're not going to have that.
Exactly. Well, I think this is going to be kind of a start to something. You may start seeing a lot of that kind of stuff more. You know, like that's like when Facebook come out. You know, there wasn't really groups when it first started, but now, I mean, most of my scrolling is just through my certain groups. You know, and I see the same people over and over, and you know, you get to talking with them. You know, sharing information. Just say you're on for me, for instance, I'm on an Old Nova page. I've met a lot of people on there. You know, we message back and forth and talk, and you know, somebody may help me find some parts, or I may help them. You know, hey, I know where this is at. I'll ship it to you, or whatever. You know, that's kind of stuff is just awesome. You know, helping grow the community together.
It is so important, and that's the thing. And okay, so this is something that was real important to me right from the beginning. I told Dallas, I said that this event is not for sale. The soul of the No Name Nationals is not for sale.
Yeah.
Any prospective sponsor we talk to, we're going to tell them right up front that they don't get creative control.
Yeah.
Because that's something that causes everything to start going downhill, right?
Yeah.
You have a sponsor come in and they take, and I'm not saying naming any sponsor, okay, but I'm just saying they could take, like, say, junk products, and they could push that, and they could push that on your participants and all, and they ruin it. So I told Dallas that if somebody wants to sponsor it and they come to us and they're one of our own and they're a member of this community, that's the kind of people we'll talk to for sponsors, and that's exactly who we have.
Yeah.
Okay. Buzz is a member of our community.
Buzz
has
awesome.
a YouTube channel, 500 subs or more. Buzz is a member of our community. He gets it. Okay. We've never had to explain. He got the whole idea of the event instantly. Eric, Destroyer 1320, same thing. Eric's a member of our community, has the subs. You know, he gets it. He gets the event. But we've had other sponsors come to us that I don't think they ever got it, and I was concerned perhaps they might do that. So it's a harder road to go. Okay,
Yeah.
there was definitely a lot more money and a whole lot more people. We could have made this event a whole lot bigger if we just said, hey, pay your entry fee, come to this. And we were told this big company, hey, you want to put your products out? We got this many people. We could have done that. But that's been done before. And that's what a lot of other people are doing. That's not what we're doing. We're building the YouTuber homecoming. Okay. This is the Super Bowl for the rest of us, for us YouTubers. It's built for us. And I didn't want anybody to ruin that. And so will it take longer to grow bigger? Yeah. If it doesn't get huge, I don't care. I want it to be quality and be channels like all of you.
For sure.
Right.
Channels like all of you and people like in the chat. And to me, that's what makes an event worth going to every year.
Well, you know in your mind what you want out of this. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's hard to convey. You know, like I'll have ideas and I'll tell somebody like, yeah, I get it. And then, you know, they may not exactly get what I'm going for. You know, it's language is a funny thing. I can tell you something, but how you interpret it may be different as well, you know. So you just got to stick to your guns and make sure it comes out like you want pretty much.
Well, this is just this is the event for the rest of us. I
Exactly.
mean, when you get, if you have big corporate making decisions on things like this, it's very easy for them to axe things like, say, the monkey bike. Be real easy for them to do that because they could just say, okay, we can't sell, we can't sell our fuel injection system to a monkey bike, so forget that, right?
Yeah, I understand.
Well, we're not selling anything. So to us, it's just whatever's cool, whoever's cool. And we really want this to be another important thing is that when people sit in the stands, I want them to be able to say, that's going to be me on that track next year. And they can actually
Right.
Exactly.
The first one's always the hardest. The interest spike after that's going to be, you know, everybody's going to be a part of it. You know, there may be a lot of guys sitting back right now, you know, saying, well, I don't know, it's a long drive. I don't have time, this and that. And then they're going to watch the videos and be like, dang, I should have been there. You know, I should have made it happen. And that's, you know, I've been to events like that too. It's like last minute, you know, I decided not to go. And then I'll be sitting at work or something watching them. I'll be like, God, I'd give anything to be there right now. You just eat up with it, you know.
Well, that's the other thing too. You know, some events are all about things, right?
Yeah.
And then some events are about ideas.
Yeah.
And so with this event, it doesn't matter how much money you have. I don't care if you're really wealthy. You have to have 500 subscribers. So if you've got the mindset and you'll make the sacrifices and you'll engage in the community and do what you need to do to build a channel, just 500 subs. That's just anybody can do that wants to do it, right?
I'll guarantee it.
All of you have. And you know what it takes. But what that does is it's kind of a threshold to say, this is what it takes to have that common experience with all the other participants. And it's kind of, it makes everybody more accountable. It makes everybody better behaved, right? It makes them have skin in the game to participate. And that to me is what makes this event different. But it's not a number that say, somebody could say, man, I'll tell you what, no matter how much I worked, I couldn't build that. No, it's a number that's attainable. But it's added.
You still got to put in the work. You know, you just got to have the want to do it. You know what I mean? It's,
we've
like
had
you said,
41 channels make it.
Yeah.
41 channels have crossed the finish line for 500 subscribers.
That didn't start with 500 to begin
scratch.
What's that?
That they didn't have 500 to begin with, you're saying? Like
Right.
They made
because some of them had 0 and some of them had over 400. So
Yeah,
we didn't
I
do
got
that much. But yeah, that's true. Some started with 0, some started with 400. 2 hacks started with 0. You know, some got in at 4. Some of them didn't want to register till they were really sure they were going to make it. Some of them
I was almost on that borderline, you know, and I told Steven, I was like, dude, if I don't go ahead and register, you know, I'll let it slide and you know, I'll let it slip and then I'll be here last minute and I just won't go. I said, I got to register. That way, you know, I got to do it. It's just not an option at that point. You just got to make it happen. You know.
Well, you know, funny you say that. There's a channel. I won't mention who it is, but there's a channel that said I'm not going to register until I get to 500.
No,
that channel has been just below the threshold for 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is when they register, what happens is it motivates them to get more engaged with the community, and it helps a lot.
Well, I mean, you get a lot more exposure too. You know, even on Roadkill's page, you know, people that have signed up that are close, you know, guys will get on there like Buck does it, you know, and show their stuff and be like, we're getting close, you know, and people fucking rally around that stuff. And that's like, you know, the live we had that night, 3 people across the finish line. Everybody was like, you know, just antsy on their feet, just trying to make it happen, whatever they could do. That was a pretty awesome deal there too. You know, you get that momentum going, and that's what you got to have.
I give Kim a lot of props. Kim had the subs coming in and starts a spinoff channel just to go through the same experience, which I thought that's pretty stand up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought that was
you
pretty
started
neat.
all the way over. You was already there, and you just decided to
pretty much.
Dang,
that's exactly. But Kim's doing a spinoff channel to do that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Then we had
spinoff channels are a big thing here lately, though. I mean, I know a lot of people that's got several channels for different stuff. You know, I haven't got that far yet.
Pole Barn did a spinoff channel. Rabbit Transit Garage did a spinoff channel. A lot of channels that just make sense when you divide content or when you do reviews or when you do something, you know what I'm saying? It just makes sense. And I thought that was pretty cool. But what I'm hoping is that next year we're going to have a lot of mentors from this class to help the next class. And next year I expect it to be even more competitive. And at some point, depending on what happens, it may have to become the No Name 1000. We'll see. But right now, 500 I thought was perfect for this year. Anyway.
Well, it's, like you said, it's definitely an achievable number if you want to do it and if you make it happen. You know, so I mean, there's still time right now. You know, 21 days. I mean, if somebody gets out there and gets after it, you can still get it, man. I mean, and even if you already got some subscribers, you know, that's just even further along the journey.
You guys got a lot of fans. I see them in the chat over there. James and James fan, Kim fans, Roland, JB fans.
Yeah, I ain't even got the chat pulled up. I can't even read.
I just think it's really cool to see that.
Yeah,
because you guys are the stars. Dallas and I are just making a stage for you guys, but we're enjoying watching what you're doing. It's great.
Let's see.
Everybody else has got fans. I just got people that comment.
Well, that's another thing with this event is we
if they comment and they're fans, man. If they hit that like button, they're fans. You know, it doesn't matter. Even if they post negative stuff, that's still fans. I don't care what it is. You can put the worst or the best. I still love it.
Well, that's another difference with this event than the others. Instead of having talent and fans and a big firewall in between, we just have fellow content creators. Right?
Yeah.
So that gives everybody an opportunity to be a fellow content creator, right? And
for sure.
It gives it a few unique struggles, but it also gives it something other events don't have. We think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Especially when you see a channel just want to make it from scratch and do it. That to me is a great feeling. I think it's great.
I'll support anybody that wants to do it. You know, I'm all for it. You know, a lot of people help me, you know, gave me advice and stuff like that, and I'll do the same for anybody I can. You know, if anybody wants to message me or call me, I'll put my email and phone number up. I don't care. We'll chat. You know, whatever you think. And I'll tell you what works for me. It may not work for you. You know, that's the thing about YouTube. Everybody's stuff is different. You know, I can only tell you what I know for sure, and you just got to roll with it from there.
Yeah, I think the really amazing opportunity of being part of this.
It's kind of weird. It's just like race cars, man. You know, it's what works in my race car may work for me, and you try it in yours, and it may be out in left field. You just gotta find your groove, find what works for you, you know. And everybody does things different as well. So that's another key factor.
Go ahead, Kim. I think we got some lag on our browsers. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, it's all right. It had 5 of us.
I can't hear Kim.
Oh,
I can hear you fine, Kim. It's on James' end.
Okay. I was just saying that the great part of being a part of this is that your first 100 subscribers, it comes real easy. That is a huge thing. But like getting that from other people who are participants, like they know how hard, so they try and help, and that's a big push to get you started. And then if you just keep making content, you're there.
Oh yeah, there's never been an opportunity quite like this, but everybody has to do their part to keep the ball moving. Like nobody can get 500 on day one from people watching. Because if that was the case, then it would require, James dropped his signal. If that became the case, we'd have to go to the no name 1000. But shorts are kind of changing that too. What I'd say is it's really good this year to get in and get grandfathered in. I certainly would get with Dallas and not make a decision without him. But my inclination is once you're qualified, you're qualified. So you won't have to have 1,000 if it's 1,000 or whatever, right? Because to me, you shouldn't have to fight this fight but one time.
I don't know. Make them work for it.
Well, but most of the people who get their 500 are going to have 1,000 anyway and 2,000 anyway.
Exactly. The only reason they wouldn't is if they didn't make any content of any value.
That's it. I mean, Junk Car Willie, White Trash Motorsports, Two Hacks, Barrows, all of them have over 2,000 now.
So,
or 2X is close.
What you're saying is, next year, if he does 1,000, the people, I get the people is their name, right? But what about the little guys trying to get 500 just to get there?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I was gone. My bad.
But we'll see what we'll do is I'm thinking grandfather in these. But so far, so good. I'll tell you, if it works next year like it worked this year, 500 is the right number. Because it looks like we're on course to have about a 68-70% rate of graduation on the no-name 500. That looks like about where we are. And I can handle that. And next year we'll see. But it just all's going to depend on the off season what it looks like. But I'm hoping 500 is the right number for next year too.
Right.
Or people that were in it this year maybe have 1,000, and then newcomers, next year.
I've had all kinds of feedback on this. I've had people tell me that it's terrible to have a sub minimum. That's awful. That's elitist. I've had people tell me, I'm like, well, why?
Elitist.
Why can exactly? And you know what? It's funny. The very example I used for the person who told me that's elitist, I said, really? I said, do you think JB's little shop? I said, do they look like elitists to you? Well, I literally said that because I'm like, but that's what
if it was 1 million subs, I would understand that. But 500, I mean.
Like John
my channel is nothing, and I managed 500. So I mean, it's.
I think people want 500
ridiculous.
will get 500, but it makes something different for this event. So, and I think 500 is really normal. Now, I have had other people tell me you should get rid of the no-name 500. You should only have thousands of sub minimums, and I'm like, okay, but that's not. We want to have everybody to have an opportunity. No
name. It would be people with a name, not no name.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever the number is can be negotiable. But I think that for everybody to have an opportunity is important.
I mean, you could just, hey, everybody show up, pay you $35 or whatever to do it. But
and there's all kinds of events like that.
Yeah, go to one of those.
There's all kinds of those. Go do one. I have nothing against those events. I go to those events. You know what?
I mean, there's 10 other ones on the same weekend.
Yeah, exactly. There are other events I know on the same weekend in different parts of this country where you can just go pay entry fee and go. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And for people who are not wired to be a content creator at all, that's okay. That's great. But I mean, for this event, why can't there be one event that has this as part of the way it's made? Zero GMO parts. The answer is yes. Can you get 520 days? Why don't you ask Big James?
For sure. For sure.
Zero G, Big James and Little James got 441 subs in 15 days, 1 hour and 50 minutes.
Well, the thing I'm curious to see after this whole ordeal, is we're all just little fish in a big pond right now, but I mean, we're all working to get better every day. So, I mean, there's going to be some channels off this thing that blow up in the future. You know what I mean? That's just going to keep going and going, if they put in the work. So that's another cool,
every channel this year is only going to come back bigger next year.
Oh, exactly. People, you're going to start asking, like, well, how'd you get into YouTube or what made you do that? our answer is going to be like the No Name Nationals. That's what sparked the spark. I mean, we kind of had an idea at first, but that made us execute. So.
Okay, Colleen says Cletus has YouTubers his races. Yeah, and Cletus is invitation only, and they're hundreds of thousands of subs and they're big channels. There's nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with that. That's his model, and that's cool. I wanted to have a model where anybody who just wanted to be a content creator, if that's what they want, the support is there. They do their part. We'll do everything we can to help them, and that's what we want to do. It's just something different, and
Well, let's talk monkey box real quick, guys. My phone's about to die here, but that's why I jumped in. What's everybody got going on? What's everybody got up their sleeves? I need to know some info here.
Zero G. I'm sorry to read that. I had heard a little bit about that, and what I'll say is that we'll be in touch regarding subs. We want to make sure everybody has opportunities, but I will say, name 500 guys that do come up short, understand we still want you to be involved. We want you to come back. We want to do things to help you, okay? But you will have to have 500 to race on game day, because if we don't enforce that, that's not honoring all the work everybody else has put in. So we're going to do that. But we do want to do things to, tell you we appreciate you and all your efforts, so we want you to come back and incentivize you for 2023. So we'll be talking about that, probably here pretty soon with Dallas. Anyway, I just wanted to get that administrative note for them, and we're very sorry about that, Zero G. Go ahead, James.
No, I was just what we got going on with the monkey box. I only got 10% left, so I may get cut off here, but
he wants to know what his competition's doing.
Oh, yeah. I saw Kim. She got that supercharger going on. I don't know about all that. It may be something crazy, but she going to be pulling the wheels all the way down the track. What's happening here?
Real quicker, James, we already discussed all this. So
I know.
Watch it from the beginning.
Well, I was eating Mexican food and taking care of a baby, so I was lagging behind a little bit. But no,
there's probably people who were not here earlier who
the shifts change.
Yeah.
So is there
we done cut a video off and started a new one, so we fresh.
Is there anything you want to volunteer to James? That's a better way of asking it.
Yeah, there you go.
I think I'll have enough power to break the chain.
Yeah. Me and little James got some testing coming up. We got a crazy idea. We don't know if it's going to work or not. We think our chain's going to be our weak link, but we got a trans brake installed on a monkey bike. Can't tell you all the details.
A trans brake.
But this little tire is going to be going about 35 mile an hour, and when that green light goes, she's going to go, fellas. I mean, I don't know what the weak link's going to be, but we're going to find out.
Hey, James, just so you know, and this for all of you guys, that chain is a 35HH link size. Yeah, you're probably going to break some stuff.
We already got a gold double roller, super sealed titanium flux capacitor chain. We about to test out next week, but we got a little air shock on this deal, and it's going to hold the back tire up. And we got a button. And we're going to hold her wide open, boys. I don't know what it's going to do. It may flip over backwards and do a cartwheel and everything else. And
you're not going to put a wheelie bar on it?
No, little James is going to have to hold on to all I got to tell him. That wheelie bar
is more weight. On the handlebars.
Yeah, well, I thought about this too. I mean, I told little James he needs to get him some shoes with some wheels on them. That way, when he gets down through there, he can just kind of stand up and hold it. And his weight won't be on the bike. He'll just be rolling against the wheels, and it just be through there. And when he gets through, he can sit back down. I don't know if that'll work or not either. We got some testing to do on that.
It didn't say you couldn't.
I mean, if we come across the scales 230, that's what we got to do. Don't say you can't stand up. You know what I mean? Hey, as long as it all crosses the finish line, it don't matter how I get there.
That's right.
We're going to be down there half track hitting that warp speed like, wow. Like, dang, there go little James. Or we may be stuck on a starting line with a broken chain. I don't know yet. But either way, it's going to be fun.
There you go.
Hey, we got to try something. Y'all got superchargers, and I've heard of nitrous. I've heard of all kinds of stuff. You know, machining the heads on them. Gosh, dang, how are we going to compete with that?
So question. So I love that clip of little James. I guess it's you pacing him, right?
Oh,
That's the funniest thing, doing the war cry on the bike going down the road.
It's just, I wasn't even playing. I was just recording him. He started doing it. We try to plan something funny. It never comes out funny. If we just do it, everybody loves it.
I'm just going to say, I may or may not have made a GIF of that and sent to Dallas.
I need that GIF. You got to send that to me.
Hey,
that's funny right there.
But that's the kind of thing. We were just hoping that monkey bikes would be that kind of fun.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, you can't have fun that they were doing,
And the class will grow. We're hoping that the class will grow, and that, who knows, we'll see an evolution of it, and we'll just have to see. So I would say that after the event, I want to talk to all of you and just see what your experiences are like, and maybe where the class needs to go for next year, because, all the classes for cars have been around for 100 years, literally. The monkey bike class is kind of a new thing, right?
So I love the monkey bike, but I think next year we need to have an outlaw monkey bike class where you can put maybe a 200 motor on it.
I'm digging that.
I'm all for that. Or if we want to get together and just do a little outlaw shootout, I don't know how fast they'll go. I've seen some YouTube videos. People will just be hauling the mail. That looks wild. But the biggest thing is going to be the gearing. Everybody's got the same gearing, so you're only going to go so fast. But if you start messing around with that stuff and start messing with the clutch, that's where you can pick up a lot of time real quick.
Dallas was really reluctant to let anybody want to mess with the gear, because he was afraid somebody would have these things going 100 miles an hour.
Well, I guarantee
and we didn't want to clean anybody up with a pressure washer off a guard wall. I mean, we were concerned about the speeds.
Well, you take the governor off, and that thing already goes faster than I want to ride it. You know what I mean? Little James, he can hang on, but my knees are so close to the ground. One wrong move, and I'll be needing some knee surgery or something.
Destroyer is saying no prep monkey bike flashlight star. Well, we can do instant green now. I'm not saying we can't. We can do that.
Well, we can do instant green, but I want to get some times on it too. Sometime I want to see what it runs.
Now, can you guys do me a favor? Whenever and Roland said so, but when you get some testing in, if you can give me some idea of what these things run in the eighth, so that we'll know if we need to time it independently or if we can use the track times out at 22 seconds, and I expect they'll be quicker than that. But
it's hard to say.
Well, my bike will be the slowest. My bike will be the coolest looking, but it's going to be the slowest. Okay. So whatever time I give you of my bike, we can use it as the
and I'll keep it confidential. There's nobody else needs to know your time, so we're good.
Well, worst case, if they're super slow, I mean, we could run them to like 600 foot or 594. Just whatever we got to do to get it in the time frame.
We'll get it. We'll get it. But there is no turn off until you get all the way down. So the shutdown at Jeffords is 1,300 feet. So you're going to be driving that monkey bike 2,000 feet before you can turn off.
So do you got to have brakes on this thing?
Can you just stop and just pick it up and go over the wall and walk back to your pit?
So here's the thing. When somebody asks me a question, do you have to this, have to that? Unless it's something that the rules are extremely clear on, I just like to say, look at the rule book. And the reason is, I don't want anybody. I don't want to be party to giving anybody an unfair advantage if it's something I've thought. And Roland sees where I'm going with this, right? Roland's like, yeah, we got to be careful how we talk about things.
Yeah,
right. So I've tried to be very limited in even how I answer questions about the rule book.
We won't get into questions then.
Well, I've had people email me and say, "Hey, can I do this? Can I do that?" And my answer is, what does the rule book say? And I'm not saying that to be sarcastic. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying it for a reason. It's not my job to help them interpret the rule book. The rule book is clear.
Well,
now,
if it's something
where it's a safety thing, we'll just go ahead and make a call.
Well, I found some gray areas. I ain't gonna lie. So if we get there, I got 3 other bikes worth of parts with me. I can start swapping stuff out. So I was thinking the same motors too. If I blow one up, if I got to use one every round and blow one up, that's what we're going to do. I mean, we're going to look like a top fuel pit in between rounds, changing pistons out and putting head gaskets on it, whatever it takes. Doing full rebuilds.
What will tech look like for the monkey bikes? It's going to look like the same tech for the cars, but they're going to go by the rule book.
Shoot, yeah.
Cement Surfer, give a shout out to Cement Surfer. Cement Surfer's been surging. I believe he's up to 360 some subs right now. So keep at it, man. You're close. And when you get to around 450-ish, you're in striking distance.
I haven't heard of him. I have to go check him out.
Yeah, Cement Surfer puts up a lot of content. Cool guy.
Okay, for sure.
All right, we'll get any more questions you have for these guys, and then we'll wrap up. I've had a blast. Other than having that catastrophic, computer disaster, other than that, I've had a blast tonight. Really enjoyed having you on. So
I got a quick question. How many we got?
I'm subbed there,
box
Cement.
We think we're coming.
What's that?
How many we expecting? How many monkey bikes we expecting? Do we know how many rounds?
6. I'm thinking about 6 bikes.
I got you.
But we'll see what the final bracket looks like. Probably run 2 brackets. Why not? We should have plenty of time to do it. And we're gonna mix.
If we get down to the last round, we can do a 2 out of 3 match or something. Just keep them going. This is gonna be the funnest part.
James, are you gonna be there both days?
Yeah, I was gonna holler at you about that. I am. I actually got off that Friday. Okay. I need to buy in. I didn't know if I could still do the 2-day deal before we get there or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
I just wanted to ask.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'll
get with you on that.
Also,
I'm gonna get there Thursday, actually.
Just administrative. Thursday gates open at noon. Cruise at 6.
Be there. Yeah.
But shoot, it'll come to me.
All right.
We got several administrative things. I'm gonna have Dallas back on here next week. He's actually in Humboldt, Iowa right now. At least he should be. He was leaving for there this morning. So I'm telling you what, you talk about a dedicated sanctioning body president. He went to Iowa last weekend and they got rained out. He went there today and it was a 90% chance of rain when he left.
Oh, Lord.
And he went again, carried forward the payouts from last time just so that he can give the payouts in person to the winner if they win, in that 10% chance they don't get rained out. Now, can you see any other sanctioning body president doing that personally?
No.
And that's who we have working for us to sanction this event.
That's Big Block 402 got a birthday card the other day. I was like, gosh, that's awesome. Whoever does such.
For real.
For real.
Then
my grandma don't give me a birthday card sometimes.
Then he still had time to come by and drop off the monkey bike to us.
Yeah.
Dude, that's dedication.
Yeah. That's your sanctioning body president. That's why I recommend people, join the AHRA because that money's not getting squandered. I mean, you got to wonder where your money goes in some things. AHRA actually works for us. Dallas is doing a lot for us. And if the AHRA has a good year, it all goes back into what we're doing. So I'm hoping there's a little something left over at the end of this event so that we can all use it to make No Name Nationals 2023 all it can be.
That's what I'm talking about.
Do you guys have any last questions? Go ahead and get them in. I'm going to go ahead and thank the mods. Andy, Joe, Blake, Poobar, Ari, Buff. Buff is our newest mod. Buzz. But thank them. I want to get a plug in. I'm going to be live with Dallas next Friday. And that we've only got, since this is 20, we've only got 2 Friday night lives between now and D-Day. So our third Friday from now is going to be live from Sykeston.
Yes,
so
sir.
We do plan to have good quality, high-speed internet there. Really good internet so that you can stream from the grounds, from the pits.
We got any other lives coming up this weekend? Something I need to know about?
So as far as lives, I've been doing them, try to do them late night so that I don't get on anybody else's time the best I can. I try my best to do that. But I've been doing random lives when the channel gets close to 500, or if there's a channel that has, needs a boost or something, I've been trying to do that. I don't plan to do that as much after this event. But like if you noticed, we were live with my next project. That was just, a sub rally for him. And I'd be happy to do that with Dizzy and Cement Surfer and some of these who are working really hard and need that. So
Shoot, yeah.
But
I'm
other
gonna
than
hop off
that,
here, guys. My phone cuts
yeah,
out.
we're gonna wrap it up. Sam,
We'll see
how's
everybody
it going?
next time.
Yep, we will see you all again soon. Thanks for being on. I appreciate y'all.
No
Y'all
problem. See
take
ya.
care.